If your bath becomes full to overflowing, the house will not be flooded because wise plumbers provide an overflow pipe specially designed for forgetful people, and the water flows down the drain. Overflowing petrol from overfilled tanks does not drain away harmlessly in the same manner. It is of vital importance, therefore, that airmen refueling aircraft pay great attention. I said pay great attention to the job and avoid this kind of thing. Apart from the waste, it's extremely dangerous. The overflow of petrol collects around the wing, and by the time the guilty refueling airmen are far away with their Bowser, is giving off a highly combustible vapor. Yes, sir, she's refueled, all topped up, and how? Prompt action saved this aircraft, but aircraft fires on the ground usually have disastrous results and are avoidable. So keep this flash in your minds, refueling teams, and don't let those tanks overflow. Sometimes people are asked to do a simple job which they've never done before. The other day at a 4-engine training flight, there came a Spitfire. Fill her up, said the pilot. I'll be back in a few minutes. Now, this refueling flight had never refueled a Spitfire, and apparently at 700, which would have told them a lot, wasn't to be found. So they refueled all the tanks, releasing the hood to get at the rear tank. Yes, sir, she's filled up. Good, just the job. The hood blew off because the refueling airman did not secure it properly. The pilot did not check before taking off. In consequence, he failed to complete his mission, the damaged aircraft was grounded, and time and tempers were lost. Ground and air crews, you've been warned. Pay attention to details and prevent accidents.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all ground crew. Aha, well-known type. I guess you've met them before. Always in a hurry. No time to hang around.
Everything all right, sir?
No servicing. I've only done 20 minutes. I'll be back in a moment or two.
Have a look at it anyway.
Good man, that sergeant. He knows the type. No servicing wanted. Only flown 20 minutes. Leaving immediately.
Hey, Sarge. No oil.
How right you are, Sarge. There's one born every second.
Accident prevention concerns everyone on a Royal Air Force station, serviceman or civilian. Quick drying for this kind of job needs an electric blanket, which is not always available. Now, improvisation's a good thing, but makeshift arrangements need careful watching. To keep off the draft and maintain temperature, it seems a good idea to fix up some hessian around the lamps. Okay, but watch it. Hessian is inflammable stuff.
Falling for pay. Not you, chum.
As I was saying, hessian is inflammable stuff. Prompt action of civilian and service personnel prevented a serious outbreak of fire. The moral is obvious. If improvisation is necessary, take a little more care and a little more thought.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all air crews. Not much brake pressure here. But this lad's had plenty of experience. No need to panic. This should be good. Well, congratulations, pilot. Now go on. Get her off the runway.
Brake pressure's a bit low, but I think we can make it to dispersal.
I hope so. It's a bit dicey.
Well, you don't want to walk around the perimeter track, do you?
Well, no, but...
That's the wrong thing to do. If you can't wait until your air pressure builds up, you should park your aircraft and have it towed to dispersal. Look out. Hell of a near miss. In future, get out and walk. Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all ground crew. Can you beat this?
No, she's only done 3 circuits.
Okay. Hey, Sarge. These gauges are only showing 75 gallons. And remember, the drop tanks are empty.
Oh, don't panic. She's only going to the satellite. Those gauges are unreliable anyway. There's at least 100 gallons.
Okay.
Fine here. Okay for fuel, Sergeant? Thanks for fuel, sir. She's only done 3 circuits. Don't worry about the gauges. I chopped it. Oh, that's fair enough. Thanks.
Grim, isn't it? And you are responsible, Sergeant Know-All, the man who just couldn't be bothered.
Roger, sir.
If he had done a pre-landing cockpit check, he could have changed his tanks in time. If... Everyone knows you should never leave your engine running with the cockpit unattended. This pilot did. His foot slipped, his knee knocked the throttle open, and... Every item of flying clothing is purposely designed to increase efficiency, to save life, and to protect from injury. Without oxygen at great heights, people just die. And of all the gear used by flying personnel, the oxygen mask is the most obvious lifesaver.
Where are we?
Sortie abandoned, time, money, and effort wasted. All because one man couldn't be bothered to exercise a little care with his flying equipment.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all pilots. Meet a wise guy. Have a drink, Bill?
No thanks. Cigarettes, please. I've a date with the link trainer.
So have I. My IS fair enough. This link business is a bit of a bind these days. Sure you won't have one?
No thanks, boy. I almost bought it once. It's the old link trainer for me from now on.
There goes a wise guy. See what I mean? His IF wasn't fair enough. But this pilot doesn't neglect his IF. He knows from experience that the link trainer is the only way to keep his hand in. Don't be a wise guy.
The lorry then crashed into the meteor. Is that your evidence, Corporal?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Will you sign, please? Well, gentlemen, that concludes the evidence. Now we come to the findings. You will remember that the first witness stated that after filling the starter trolley, he placed the empty petrol can on the ground.
Hurry up, the trolley's wanted over there.
That, gentlemen, is the evidence. And the damage has been estimated at £2,400.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all RAF personnel.
You all know the man who's always binding. Sometimes he has good reason.
Want another one?
Yep.
Put it down. I don't know. I had 9 spares last week. Now I haven't got one left this week.
Oh, just another brake bag burst?
Blimey.
Any servicing, sir?
No thanks. I'll be back in a few minutes. I want to take off straight away.
About 15 minutes, sir.
Yeah.
Righto, sir. Hey, Corporal!
Sir! Sir! Your brakes have gone. If only those bloomin' blokes would learn to use their brakes properly and leave the brakes off, I'd be a blinkin'-sight happier man.
Strange to relate, escape hatches disappear with monotonous regularity. A small item, but it can ground an aircraft as successfully as a U.S. engine.
Backing up, George.
A lost escape hatch may be a small item, but if there isn't a spare one in the station stores, it means a lot of paperwork. Shortage of aircraft operational programs. Extra work for teleprinters. Dozens of telephone calls. More work for ground crew. Less flying for air crew. So let's have no more 765C entries like this. Because accident prevention concerns you. And you.
One engine's running a bit rough. It's not worth worrying about. There's pogwood ahead. We'll go down for refueling, then press on.
I seem to have heard those famous last words before.
cylinder's definitely not as hot as the others.
All ready now?
I thought the engine sounded a bit rough when you taxied in. I'd like to have a look at this top before you take off again, sir.
She was all right in the air, and I've got to get back. All right. But be as quick as you can.
Have a look at this, sir. Your exhaust valve has gone for a burst.
Let's have a look at the pot.
You might have had a nasty smash up there, sir.
Right. Well, thanks.
This incident actually happened. You can imagine the consequences if the FME hadn't been on his toes. Good show, ground crew.
Yes. What a fantastic effort. And as usual, there's more in it than meets the eye. 4 separate and distinct moves were responsible for that display. Let's look into one of them now.
Hey, the wind's changing. We are moving to 07. The tractor's coming round, and I'm putting a smoke candle out. But there's nothing likely to arrive in the next 15 minutes.
Roger, D. Hey, Jack. We're changing over to 07. Pull the leads up, will you? Okay, Sarge.
And so we see another move. The controller evidently panicked. Instead of wasting time on the Aldis, he should instantly have fired a red very light to warn off the spit. After all, regulations lay down that for warning aircraft at an altitude of less than 200 feet, a very light must be used.
No little inconvenience can be caused by the slipstream from aircraft engines, as this incident, which occurred during the summer, proves. A sergeant was detailed just before packing up time to run up the engines of this aircraft. With the aid of 2 enthusiastic FMEs, the engines were started, and the sergeant, a kindly man, told his airmen to buzz off to tea, which they did with alacrity. The starboard engine responded to the throttle in no uncertain manner. The sergeant gave it all the works, secure in the knowledge of chocks under his wheels and brakes on. But he gave no thought to aircraft number 2, parked much too close and without chocks behind the wheels. And as subsequent investigation proved, with no brakes on, something was bound to happen. It did. Another aircraft out of commission for weeks, and all because that experienced NCO forgot to make certain no other aircraft was parked dangerously near his slipstream. Could this happen to you?
Attention, please. Attention, please. Attention. Calling all ground crews and air crews. Smasher, isn't she? But without the free use of ailerons, rudder, and elevators, she is just a lame duck. Hey, what about the elevators? If the locks had been tied together according to the special technical instruction applicable to Dakotas, that accident could not have happened. It is also the pilot's responsibility to see that the locks are removed before taking off.